Welcome back, and starting off pretty much where we left off with the rear seat situation on the Ducati. I'm going to experiment with my first suggestion, that little metal plate tied to the metal plate that's holding the rear light. And I'm also going to explore on Photoshop some tailpieces, honestly, and see what they come out like, see what you think. I may have to dig out that old Honda tailpiece that I had somewhere, if I can remember where I put it. So thanks for tuning in again, and yes, your fascination with my ridiculousness. If you haven't already, please subscribe, it's very important, we need subscribers. And encourage others to watch my lunacy. Just don't know what to do here on the Duke, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some Photoshop. At the moment there's a couple of options. There's the standard kind of rounded rear end, which actually would suit the tank on the Ducati, and they're readily available all over the place. Then I found this little gem, actually manufactured in the UK, about 5 times the price of everything else I've been looking at, but really nice and kind of matches those lines. It's a complete seat unit, so I've asked them whether they just do the cowl on its own, seeing as they make them, I'm sure they could, or I come up with something completely different. Which, of course, I'll be exploring, maybe later this evening. The potential back end for the Ducati, and just incredible, actually. I don't know, what, a week, 10 days from China? Yes, I bought it from China. Beautiful quality, and let's see how that works out for the Duke. Yes, I think this is going to work. I think it's going to work. It's going to need some mods, and I don't know how I'm going to mount it. I was thinking something off the original frame. I don't know. So I've been looking at these again, not the first time, and specifically I've been looking at these from the point of view of mounting that rear cowling on the Ducati Monster. But the more I look at it, the more I don't like the idea, and here's why. We've got this beautiful overhang. I mean, I love the fact that there's minimal overhang on the rear wheel, and the rear wheel's just out there, all on its own, which is cool. And then of course we've got the light, which is also cool. And the cowling would kind of come out to about here and kind of bury that. So I'm gonna have to create something custom, and it's going to go from here to here, obviously, and then it's actually going to meet this and secure the seat so that the seat can be bolted to it, and it needs to be removable from there. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I better start speccing it up, I suppose, and working out someone who might be able to do that for me. There, that's that then, all measured out. As usual, just got to work out how to do it. It's all very well measuring things, but you got to work out what you're going to cut it out of, how you're going to mount it, and some other stuff. I was reviewing this situation again, as I do. I had a revelation. I saw the light. Yes, the light. Yeah, I suddenly thought I could make something really pretty if I did it in CAD and sent it down to IDR, my Italian design and racing. Yes, buddies. So, because they could cut it out on their plasma cutter, or they could do it on their 3D doofer. Yes. So, we're getting all high tech with the Duke. So, this morning, this arrived. The tube that I ordered, which should fit just neatly in there, and it will. It's a little tight, that's a little rough, and I think popping this in the freezer will do the job, and that'll be just ready for the seat back that I created, that IDR are plasma cutting for me as we speak, potentially. Okay, we've cleaned up the hole, so that fits in nicely. Just perfect, actually, on both sides. Yeah, so that's good. All we need is a part from IDR. and we will be getting that very shortly.
Some of this is where in engineering software.
So if you've been watching the Strada series, you'll have seen this plasma cutter in action. And this is going to be cutting out the back support for the Ducati Monster seat. A lot easier than drilling it, and a lot more accurate. Yep, I like that. And then of course the bolt will go here that fits into that rod, which then fits into the frame. So that just needs tidying up now on the whirligig. That's exactly as it came out the plasma cutter, bar the two holes that I've just enlarged ever so slightly. But we are good to go with a little bit of tidy up. There's that polished up nicely. Just a little bit of, I think it was 80, 60 sanding block. Well, there it is, almost in place. So it's perfect fit up here. And actually it's perfect fit everywhere, honestly. But as you can see, it's not lining up right now with the frame itself. And the reason for that is that this light is too high. So I'm going to have to put some additional spacing in there. I think I already put some spacing in there. But I'm going to have to put a little more, drop the light a bit. So there we go. Bloody hell. Now I'm just tapping out the pre-drilled aluminum tube that's going to fit into the Ducati frame at the back there, and then we're going to drill some holes in that plasma cutted piece to marry up with this. And this is a very touchy-feely type operation. You have to be very gentle when you're doing this stuff. There we go, perfect, job done. That's the bolt that I'm going to be using, or cap head screw. Yes, so there we go. Cool, excellent. Just got to do the other one now. Right, I really need to button this up now, don't I? I know the question you're asking. How long does it take to mount a seat, for Christ's sake? Well, when Derek's involved, considerably longer than it should. I needed a little bit of adjustment there on the whirligig. Now it fits. Or more so like that, in fact. So it's going to look like that. Coming along. Now we just have to set about lowering this. Okay, this is sizing up now. I need to work out something for that. I want to cover that up. But anyway, we have a gap. We have spaces. We have larger spaces. Luckily, I just had two, and luckily the bolts were just long enough. I might get some longer ones, but I've put some lock nuts on there to avoid any slippage. Oh, I know, looking sketchy, right? Well, I know it looks sketchy, but I have actually measured it. So, they should be in the right place. Well, we're getting there. And I've drilled this hole at the top to drill into that little tab on the seat. I'm not sure what size I'm going to do it yet, that little tab there. probably only a small one. So I think we need to clean this up a little bit on the outward facing face and offer it up. Well, that's looking kind of pucker. Yeah, I like that. So we have this kind of trombone thing going on here, and I need to work out where that needs to be for the seat. Well, the answer to that is almost all the way in. And there we have it. Yeah, I think that doesn't look bad. Well, obviously I can't get to that nut that's behind the seat because there's no way in. There's probably a sequence of events that could enable that, but I'm going to call this a project finished. Ta-da! Typically, having left this project for several months, not least of all waiting for the seat to turn up, but then just being busy with other things, when I came to start it up, it wouldn't start. Everything turned on all right, the fuel pump kicked in, and just a clickety-click on the actual starter motor. So, I had to get to the bottom of that. Was it simply a dead battery? Was it the immobilizer? Was it the starter motor itself? Or possibly none of the above, something more complicated still. Well, we got to the bottom of it. So it wasn't the battery. It was maybe this bloody immobilizer bullshit. But even with the black key, fiddling around with this didn't kind of do anything. So I've resorted to the red key. I don't know what magic the red key holds, but... Thanks for watching what I hope to be the final episode of The Monster. Yes, monstrous. If you just tuned in for this episode, then please do watch the others that build up to the finale. And if you're not watching any other projects, please do. There's a Honda, a Suzuki, an MV Agusta. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on here. Not to mention the bumper car. And if you're not just into bikes, there's cars. There's a Stratos, there's a Porsche 944 with a Chevy motor and a Bel Air, 1961 Bel Air rat rod. So yeah, check them all out and subscribe while you're there. And also encourage others to watch my lunacy.